Hello and welcome to episode 10 of 360Gamercast, recorded on the 7th of April 2008. And today is a very special episode for us, as it is episode 10, and we have with us a very special guest. So I'm going to go around and introduce everybody. We obviously have myself, Mark Webb, gamertag Webby317. We have Tom, gamertag TBP Tom. We have Carl, gamertag Carl360. We have Anthony, gamertag Hooded Vendetta, and we have our very special guest, all the way from Sarcastic Gamer. It's Doc, everybody! How's it going?
So it's episode 10, I think, what is it, 50th episode Silver. What's 10, is that like Lint? Is this the Lint episode?
Oh,
this is the Cole episode.
Okay.
This is us celebrating going on to double digits now, because we never thought we'd actually last this long.
Well, congratulations. You know, I think a lot of people don't, they fail to realize how much work it is just to do one episode of a show. And, and 10 is definitely an accomplishment. You guys have some momentum and you're on your way.
Yeah, we're definitely trying. I mean, I'm still learning how to edit them. I've only just learned how to put music on and background noises and stuff like that.
And later you'll have jokes, which will be cool.
Definitely. So, Doc, the one thing I really wanted to ask you about is I know on Sarcastic Gamer at the moment you've got this Battlefield boycott going on. And, I mean, I'm supporting this. I mean, I've got the banners on our website now and in my forum signature. But I just wanted to know a bit more about the reasons behind why you guys are so vigorously pursuing this.
Well, we figured someone had to pursue it, and we knew that it would be very unlikely that one of the big blogs was, you know, Kotaku or Joystick or any of those guys were going to pick it up. Basically, I mean, they have an economy they have to worry about. I'm not throwing accusations around, but, you know, it would be unlikely that a commercial blog would take on a big publisher, one of the biggest publishers, being Electronic Arts. And so we decided to step up because we think that this whole attitude that EA has of just finding new and innovative ways to get into our wallets is a bunch of bull. And right now, for those that aren't following the whole situation, essentially they're releasing Battlefield Bad Company to, you know, millions of ravenous fans who can't wait to get the next installment in the Battlefield series.
Yeah.
They're giving them 5 weapons. And then there are 10 more weapons, 5 of which will be free, but you have to jump through a hoop or something to get it. And then 5 more that are going to come out with that you have to pay for. You have to buy these weapons. You could be in a firefight with someone, and he has more options than you do when it comes to his armament.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous that he can buy an advantage in a video game. I don't want to play in a game like that.
Definitely, I can definitely see where you're coming from. And I'd really are hating EA right now. I mean, they've done it with a lot of other games like The Godfather, where you could buy extra money for the game with your real money.
Right. And on one side they're saying, hey, don't freak out. This isn't going to unbalance anything. These aren't really worth anything. Yeah. And my question being, then why are you selling them?
Yeah.
You're telling me that you're selling me something that's not worth anything.
Boy.
They're just dipping their toe in the water. You know, they're just going to, well, will they do this? Let's see if they'll do this. And if they will, then the next thing, what's next? You know?
I mean, I was on your website last week. It was Fake News Friday, as you do on there. And I totally forgot it was Fake News Friday, and I saw about the Madden article with all the extra players that someone about, you know, you pay for extra players, and I actually thought that was real until I remember it was Friday, and I was like, oh god! But it just goes to show about EA that a lot of what EA do now doesn't really surprise you too much when it comes to buying.
No, it doesn't surprise you at all. But I mean, what we're trying to do is kind of grassroots, and I'm glad you guys jumped in, and we've had a lot of other independent blogs and podcasts that have joined in with us to help spread the word. But up until this morning, we didn't have any of the major blogs, none of the really well-known, you know, huge sites that had run that video that we sent out. And the reason that's weird to me, it's not like, oh, our video's out, everyone should run it. But in the past, these guys have all run everything we've ever done.
Yeah.
Everything. And then all of a sudden, there's like this blackout. And we're like, okay, what's going on? Well, this morning, Xbox 360 Fanboy put it up, which was great.
Yeah, I mean, they're a very big website.
That was fantastic.
What I will say is I've actually been playing Battlefield this week, and although I don't really want to get into the bureaucracy about the guns and things like that. What I will say is, from what I've played of the game, it is an amazing game. Absolutely amazing
It
game.
makes it harder for me.
Yeah. This is what I said to Mark. I said I've got my hands on Battlefield Bad Company, and I'm a big fanboy of Call of Duty 4, as everyone will know, and I just think this Battlefield. I used to play Battlefield, the old Battlefield on the PC and on the 360 as well, and I used to love them. But this is just so much better. It's just absolutely amazing. It is. And it's only the beta that they've put out, and
Right.
I could play the beta now until it come out.
I haven't said one bad word about the beta or the game itself. I think the game looks fantastic, which makes it even harder to do a boycott.
Yes, it does.
God, guys, please, because now that we've done the boycott, now that we're on it and we're trying to run down the hill first with the flag, it's going to be kind of hard for me to stop along the way and sneaking around, especially with the 360.
Yeah.
Everyone will know I'm on.
Yeah. Definitely.
But the best bit is you're on there and it comes up as dice as what you're playing. And everyone's going, "Wow, what are you playing? Is that a new arcade game you're playing or something?" Like, "No, I'm playing the new Battlefield." "Whoa, how have you got that on?" And it is a very, very good game. I think it's more realistic when you're firing your guns and stuff like that. And the sound is amazing. I've had the Dolby working on the sound, and it just sounds so good, man. It doesn't. All the destructive stuff on it is amazing.
It's kind of like when you get the Barrett sniper rifle on Call of Duty, where it kind of stands out. They've got the rumble and the sound and everything just perfect. And when you fire, you really feel like you just did something.
Yeah.
And it's the same way they did, but with all the guns and stuff on Battlefield Bad Company for sure.
Oh, brilliant. I mean, I was sat there the other day sniping, and I shot, and I knew there was a guy there, but I couldn't get a shot on him, and there was a palm tree in the way. I thought, let's just shoot the palm tree. Shot the palm tree down, and then shot the bloke. Absolutely brilliant it is.
What did that palm tree ever do to you?
Yeah, the only other game that I've sort of seen that's going to be as good as Battlefield Bad Company in the foreseeable future is maybe Far Cry 2.
Oh, no, don't get me started on Far Cry.
Oh, it does look good.
Hang on. I had a meeting last week with an EA representative. I asked him about why they're charging for extra guns, and basically the comeback they said is they want to push the market out. Like on Rock Band, that you can pay for new soundtracks, which sort of is understandable. But I mean, it's guns. You know what I mean?
But is it not going back? Is it not going back to the old days of? If you remember playing on the PC with Duke Nukem or something like that, you get an extra pack or something like that. A bonus CD or something like that with an extra few bits and bobs and stuff like that. Is it not going back to that?
Well, sorry, after you.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh well, I also asked him about because what's it called? Rock Band, it's not out over here yet. I asked him when that's going to be over here so we can, get gaming with the Americans and all that. And he told me they're hoping for a May release. But we're just getting messed around with our release date at the moment.
Yeah. It's not good.
Doesn't make any sense to me. Why, if it's ready over here, why is it not ready? Are they trying to figure out how to put things on PAL? I mean, what is it?
I think it's down to they can't make enough units at the moment for the American audience. So obviously they can't make them enough for Europe at the moment, which is really annoying. Because we went to a gaming event a couple of weeks ago in London. I managed to have a go on Rock Band, and I really enjoyed it, and I really, really want it. And I listened to a lot of podcasts as well, and they're all talking about, I was playing Rock Band this week, and I was really having a good time with it. And I'm like, damn it, I want it now.
Yeah, no. You guys are a civilized country. Yeah. You invented civilized countries. Why do we have to wait?
Hey, we queue for buses and stuff like that, but we all want to get our hands on Rock Band.
I have to admit, it's not as bad now. I mean, like with Xbox, Microsoft have really been trying to push worldwide releases with the console itself, with its worldwide launch when it came out, and with a lot of the games come out in the same week. And I remember back when I had a PlayStation 1, even a PS2, before I got an Xbox, we was waiting about 6 months after America to get games.
Oh God, yeah, it was terrible, wasn't it?
And I just ended up importing most of them, but then we were paying an extra £30-40 for the game just to import it.
I was importing N64 games and stuff like that because it was so much easier and cheaper.
But you can't do that now, right?
No, man.
Well, you can import, but you can't import anything from Sony now because they've basically blocked the main website that does that for us. But we can import like Xbox 360 games and stuff like that.
But you would have to import an Xbox 360 that plays NTSC, wouldn't you?
Not always, because a lot of the games, the systems aren't locked now. It's the games that are locked.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of the Xbox 360 games now are just are multi-region.
I suppose it's cheaper for them to produce games which are multi-region.
Yeah, 'cause I buy some of my games off PlayAsia.com.
Yes.
So they're like from there, but they're all in English language as well, and they're about £25, which is like half price. To what
Oh,
we-
yeah.
When I went to America, I went there and I brought Call of Duty 4, I brought Assassin's Creed, Time Shift, and Jericho, and they all work perfectly on my Xbox,
That's
which is
good.
a UK.
Huh.
And I can safely say my launch console is still working perfect as well, just to throw that in.
Yeah, I think you're the only other person I know who has a launch console that is
I have a
still
launch.
working.
Yeah,
Do you really?
Mine actually broke though, but I got it fixed. It's the same console. It's working still, but it's still a
mine's never
launch.
broken me. Not all my friends have had the 3 red lights.
I've had it once. Thank God.
Anyway,
I've got-
swiftly moving
got
on now.
two.
I mean, at the beginning of most of our podcasts, we talk about what we've been playing for the last week. And I'm quite interested to know what you've been playing this week, Doc.
Well, I played a little bit of the beta for Bad Company, although I've been kind of a busy dude, so I haven't had a chance to game as much as I'd like to. I played the new Call of Duty 4 maps like crazy.
What do you think of them?
They're worth it.
Yeah.
What'd you guys say?
What do you think of the new maps?
Oh, I love it. You know what? It took me a little while. Did you guys play Call of Duty 2?
Yeah.
It took me a little while in Chinatown. I remember, them saying, yeah, it's a remake of a Call of Duty 2 map, but it didn't really process. And then last night, I played Chinatown for a little while, and then I went to bed, and as I was falling asleep, I was like, oh, it's Keratin! Oh, my God, it's the same thing. I was like wondering why I wasn't getting lost, and I knew where everything was. It's gorgeous, but I think Creek takes it. Creek is like the best map, especially if you like to go low and slow and snipe, it is the best map.
Yeah, that map is definitely a sniper's wet dream.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm having guys run right over me. I mean, just bad guys who run in right over me with the UAV jammer. They don't see me, and they just run right over me. I shoot them in the back.
I mean, I was quite annoyed when the maps first came out because I was having trouble downloading them at first and getting this error message. I was like, oh, for God's sake. But then once I got it downloading, it downloaded pretty quick. And then I was really upset because when I first downloaded it, because we only play hardcore modes. I don't like playing the normal modes, and they didn't have the new maps on the hardcore playlist until about a couple of hours after I got the map. So I was like sending all my friends on Xbox messages going, oh, I hate these maps, I can't play hardcore mode, and blah, 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 blah. But then they got it on, and I think they're pretty good. Creek is definitely my favourite, but that Chinatown one's pretty good.
Creek is actually the highlight of the map pack, but I'm quite disappointed with Kill House. Very disappointed with that map. I think that's a very poor map, and it just looks like it. Obviously it took the developer quite a long time to make that map, but it just, I don't think it's a very good map for a start.
I like the TV station one. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, broadcast, but that's a very good map as well. That's Creek. Creek's more for your sniper, your covert play and stuff like that. Broadcast can be any person really. It can be based for. I mean, personally, I had the trouble. It took me 6.5 hours to download them because I'm on old snail broadband at the moment, and I was sat there and I was getting invites from people. Hey, you want to play the new maps? And I was just sat there like, yeah, I don't want to be hearing that. I'm only on 43% complete, and you're playing it. And I put it on to download at 2:30 when it come over here, and it was about 7:30 by the time 8 o'clock by the time I got to play it.
Did you guys notice that you couldn't do anything else while it was downloading? Like normally that stuff can play in the background, but the first time I did it, I was like, okay, it's at 20%. I'm going to go ahead and flip over, and mine was coming down really slow. So I flipped over and said, "You've just canceled your download." I'm like, oh God, no!
I didn't
When I went
notice.
to download it, when I went to download it when it was out, I couldn't even get to the marketplace. It kept giving me the error code, so I had to download it the next day.
That's a big issue that Microsoft has when a lot of new stuff comes out for download. I've noticed it with a couple of other things, like when the Ghost Recon maps came out, it happened to me, and so other stuff. It's really annoying. I don't understand why that happens, to be honest.
They should just do it by last name.
Yeah.
or gamer tag. If you're A through B, this is your time to C through D. Instead of letting everything get all clogged up, just figure out a way to do it a little more orderly fashion instead of millions of people trying to run through a door that's one person wide.
Yeah.
Well, they did originally have a gold people can download it first and silver thing. I don't know if they still do that now.
Yeah, but why would you want to download the new maps if you went on gold?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look what I
Perhaps
got.
maybe they should have done it through rank on Call of Duty.
Oh, that would have been cool. I would have been
No,
first.
yeah, man, that would have been a cool idea. It would have given you that incentive to get to that gold cross, because really, there's no incentive to get to your gold cross, only the gold cross itself.
Yeah.
It would have.
So,
B, it would have solved the problem of all those hundreds of thousands of people downloading the map at the same time, and it downloading very slow.
Don't let the noobs play on the new maps.
I'm
You know
not.
what would
Yeah,
have been
man.
cool is if you have your gold cross, you get it free, or you get it half price.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Wasn't it nice, mine, to go onto the new maps and you weren't getting noob tubed?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't get the homo fag boys with their noob tubes trying to do you over. I expect it'll come in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
People will be going in private match. Hey, let's do noob tubing. See if we can get you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, you played anything else this week, Doc, before I move on to someone else?
You know what? The only thing I played was I picked up a secondhand copy of Graw 2 because I just kind of missed that when it came out.
Yeah.
I never really played it, and I started playing the single-player campaign last night, and I'm enjoying doing something tactical for a change.
Yes.
Doing stuff from long distance and creeping around. It's a welcome change from Call of Duty, which I love, but you use your brain a little more. I liked it.
I mean, I've always loved the Ghost Recons ever since the original Xbox, when I started playing it on Island Thunder, and I've had every single Ghost Recon since then. And I've downloaded the first co-op map pack on Graw 2, and that's really, really good. I'm still waiting to download the second one because I've been just playing Call of Duty so much, I just haven't had really time to download the maps for that. But yeah, single player is very good. I think the single player is better than Graw 1 as well on Graw 2.
So far, I love it. I love the new, new. It's been out forever now, but the cross-comm and being able to control things. I was always intimidated by it, but this time I think they really made it intuitive. I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey.
Tom, what have you been playing this week apart from Call of Duty?
Right, I've chucked Vegas. I've chucked Vegas to the back of the pile of games now because I'm bored of that because I still haven't got my gamer score. This is still an ongoing problem, and if it doesn't get itself sorted in the next week, I am actually going to be trading Vegas in to go and get Gay Hero 3. Because I want to play that, man. I played it over my friend's house, and they all reckon my fingers are too fat to play it or something. Because I'm really retarded when it comes to Guitar Hero. So I'm going to try and get good at that. But other than that, I've been playing Battlefield, and like I said, I don't want to get involved in the bureaucracy and everything else that goes along with it. But unfortunately, I will be buying it when it comes out. 'Cause I'm sorry. I just, and everyone that I've put it in front of for them to have a look, they've just gone, wow.
Me and Tom have had some big arguments about this because I'm like...
This podcast brought to you by Electronic Arts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for that, but I'm waiting for, I think that's going to be one of the big games of the year. But obviously Grand Theft Auto, the new one's going to be a big game of the year. But I think if they can at last get Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway out, because I'm waiting for that, because that's going to be such a sick game when it comes out. It is. It's going to be so good, but I'm still waiting for that to come out.
So, Carl, what have you been playing this week?
Well, Condemned 2 came out on Friday. I've been playing that quite a fair bit. I'm getting really into the story along with the new multiplayer, which I found really fun as soon as my connection sorted itself out. I've been playing that, and I've been playing Lost Odyssey. I've now got onto disc 4.
Oh, wicked.
So I'm now like 30 hours in. I've literally only just got onto it, so I'm nowhere near.
You've only got about 20 hours left to go.
Oh, nice.
What's Condemned 2 like? Because I'm still waiting for my copy to come from that competition I won, but there's someone posted it yet.
Yeah, it's pretty much, well, I say it's pretty much the same. It's really scary still. Is
it better
quite
than
a
the
lot of
first
jumpy.
one?
Oh yeah, much better. Like now
How
you
far
can
you
throw
got?
your weapon. Only about 3 hours in.
Oh.
I'm not going to spoil it and say the storyline, but like you got new moves you can do, like combos and stuff like that. And
When you said scary, though, how scary is it? Like, I didn't even play the first one, but, like, I don't like being scared. It's, like, not fun.
well,
Dude,
it's scary, but it's like there's this bit, you walk into this room and you look at this mannequin, you look at it, you enter the room, and if you turn around or if you turn somewhere else, there's like loads of mannequins just following you out the room.
Oh, that's
It's
like
really
in the first
creepy.
one, 'cause I remember Condemned 1 was one of my favourite launch games for the Xbox, and there was a level where you're in a like a shopping mall and there's all these mannequins everywhere, and then the mannequins would come to life and stuff like that. I found that so freaky.
Well, I haven't seen any of them come to life yet, but I've seen them sort of creeping up on you, like through this house.
Oh god, I mean, I
And
love
that is
scary
scary
games,
to turn around. You'll hear like a noise, and you're like, "Oh, I better turn around and see who's there," sort of thing. You turn around, you got all these mannequins sort of staring over you.
Oh
It's really
mate,
creepy.
that's well freaky.
Dude, no thanks. I don't need to be dreaming about that.
Oh mate, I'd love it. I'll play games like that in the dark all night. Yes. Anthony, have you played anything else apart from Condemned 2? Because I know you've got that as well, didn't you?
I got Condemned 2 as it just came out. Call of Duty maps, Condemned 2, and I bought Guitar Hero today, but I ain't played that much. I only played like 20 minutes before this.
Have you downloaded the Halo song yet?
No.
Oh, that's really cool playing along to the Halo song.
Yeah, I'll give it a go later.
This
Halo
week,
song.
yeah. This week I've played quite a bit. I completed Lost Odyssey at last. It took me about a month to complete, 50 hours. I was so happy to complete it, and oh my god, it's one of the best endings I've ever seen on the Xbox for a game, and it is now my second most favourite RPG. I mean, I love my role-playing games. I mean, like Final Fantasy VII is my favourite game. This is now number 2. And if you haven't played it yet, I'd recommend you get it. It's absolutely amazing.
What about Mass Effect? Where does that rank on your scale?
I mean, I do prefer the Japanese RPGs, but I did like Mass Effect. I mean, I didn't buy it, I rented it, but I rented it for about 3 weeks, and so I completed it. I've done a lot of the side quests, and I thought it was very good. The only thing I didn't really like was the pop-ups on the graphics. You'd like load into a new area, and like the graphics would all load in, like all the layers and stuff.
Right.
I didn't really like that, but I thought the story was pretty good, and I don't really want to spoil the ending, but I did really enjoy the ending because you get like some choices, don't you?
Oh, yeah, there's 3 endings. I've seen all 3 now.
And, well, let's just say the human race is now in control of the universe on my story, which is awesome.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, definitely. Well, no, Mass Effect, I don't know, it's definitely in my top 10, but it would be like 9 or 10 because I've got like, you know, I'm a massive Final Fantasy fan, so it'll be most of the Final Fantasies before that. And like even obscure games from the PS1, like Alundra, Breath of Fire 3, stuff like that. You know, I just think they're really good stories.
Right.
Because to me, like a good story means more to me than amazing graphics, especially for an RPG.
Mass Effect was the first RPG ever that I played for more than just a couple minutes, and the first one that I've ever finished. Like, I hate RPGs, but it brought me to the genre.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, now I've got an open mind, and I'm wondering what the hell I've been missing all this damn time. You know, like, I have to go back and play some stuff.
You play Oblivion, that's the word I was looking for.
I bought Oblivion, and when I first got into it, I felt like I was walking around talking to people that weren't looking at me.
Really?
They wouldn't look me in the eye, you know, and but it was, which Oblivion was it? Elder Scrolls?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got that, like I got it, you know, for $10 or something from Amazon, and just on a whim, and just thought I'd give it a shot, and I tried it for probably about an hour and a half,
Oh, that's not.
and I got it to the point where I got on some kind of big giant thing to go, it was like a big giant monster bus or something you get on and ride around, and I was like, I'm not down with this. I kept killed.
How far did you get? Did you get out of the sewers on it?
I couldn't tell you. They all looked the same.
Because what happens at the beginning of Oblivion, you're in jail, obviously, and you escape through the sewers, and then once you get out the sewers, which takes ages, you're in this big open world, and you know, I really enjoyed it. I mean, I even bought the expansion pack, and I've got the full 1250 achievement points on it as well, because I'm a bit of an achievement whore as well. But I really, really enjoyed it. It took me absolutely ages to complete it. It took me about 40 hours, I think.
Well, that's a good game if you pay, you pay some good money for it and you get 40 hours of entertainment.
I mean, that's why I really enjoyed Lost Odyssey. It took me 50 hours to complete, and I was like, well, that is definitely worth my £40. I was like, yes.
Have you ever paid for a game that you think, oh yeah, this is going to be really good? Yeah, it's an alright game, but have you ever played a game like literally for an hour or so and have not gone back to it? I've got quite a few games that I've got like that I still need to play. I've got Mass Effect. I bought that on release and I haven't really completed it. I haven't even got that far on it. And both the Rainbow Sixes, I haven't really played that much either.
You know what was like that for me? The Orange Box was like that for me.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely amazing.
The Orange Box was that type of game where I played Portal all the way through, like three times. I played Team Fortress for a little bit, and the lag killed me. I couldn't stand it. I played the Half-Life games, and as neat as they were, I just couldn't get in it. I know it's not a very popular opinion. That's a heralded game, and I'm not taking anything away from it. But I was like, nah, let's do something else. Just couldn't go back to it. Just didn't interest me.
That's really strange. I mean, like, I played Half-Life 1 on the PC when that first came out. Half-Life 2, I got it on the Xbox 360 as well and played the episodes, and I thought the Orange Box as a deal for a game, I thought it was a really good price as well. You got all those games in there, and that took me ages to complete as well.
I would have paid $50 for Portal.
Oh, Portal was amazing, and the end song just made me laugh so much.
Oh,
I
yeah.
completed it.
I think with that end song, you really need to have a good understanding of Half-Life itself to actually understand most of that song.
Yeah, I think so.
They're actually going to release the games from the Orange Box on their own, aren't they?
Are they?
I've heard.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
That's the first I've heard of that.
Yeah, they're going to release those on their just on their own in their own individual packs.
Were they going to release them on Steam or on disc?
Yes, yeah. I think it's going to be on Steam. Yeah, but
I've heard they're releasing a Portal too.
the biggest game I've got two games, right? I've got two games that are guilty of this, and I don't play them because no one else plays them. I've got Frontline Fields of War and Conflict Dented Ops. Conflict Dented Ops.
Yeah.
That's one of that's definitely in the bag to go and be traded in.
I played Frontlines all the way through, and I played multiplayer for a while, but then none of my friends are playing it. So
yeah, that's the same with me.
But I love it. I mean, it's fun. I love vehicles, and if Bad Company's good and they lift this, stupid guns thing, and I can, buy it without being embarrassed, then I'm sure I'll enjoy all the vehicles and stuff you get in Battlefield Bad Company. That'll be fun. That was my favorite thing in Battlefield 2 was being the helo pilot. Getting a little bird or whatever.
Yeah. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Oh my God, that was a great feeling.
Yeah. A quick question to you then, Doc. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now, if a weapons pack come out for Call of Duty, would you pay for it?
No, and I would have a problem with it too.
You would.
I don't have a problem paying for maps. The reason I have a problem paying for maps is when I have that map, everyone is making that decision to buy that map and play together. And everyone, when they get in the game, they're the same. But when you're selling weapons, that's like selling a car but with only 3 tires, and then you're going to go race someone who paid for the 4th tire. That's not cool. That's not the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can really understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to the whole Battlefield, and you wanted, the race for a certain vehicle, let's say the helicopter. I've heard that some people are getting like really, really over the top with this. It's like if there's 2 people sort of chasing after the helicopter to pilot it as such, one of them would actually kill the other person on their own team killing, so he can get into that vehicle.
I've had that on the artillery, using the artillery strike on there.
I mean, I used to play Battlefield 2 on the PC because I thought it was a lot better than the Xbox version because it had 64 players and you could fly planes as well. And people would just stand at the respawn points for the vehicles for the whole game.
And that's the team that loses.
Yeah, it used to really, really annoy me. But, yeah, anyway.
Battlefield 2 on the original Xbox, though, had so many glitches, it became unplayable after a few months. Like, it was my favorite game. There's so many people, like, under the floor, or they figured out how to run through a wall and lay there. And there's nothing you could do. You just had to, you just couldn't play it anymore. Or you just had to be frustrated that you were going to get sniped by someone you can't even see.
Mm.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Anyway, going back onto what I've been playing this week.
Yeah.
I just drifted off a bit there. I've also been playing Rainbow Six Vegas 2 because all my mates had it and now they're not playing it anymore, so I'm quite upset.
I'll play it with you.
My thoughts on Rainbow Six Vegas 2 are putting your own face on the character looks a lot better than the original one. apart from the fact that it still doesn't put your hair on, which I'm quite upset about. So I always have to wear a helmet.
See, the thing is, when I put my face on there, my face, yeah, it looked alright, but at the back, it didn't have, like, normal hair. It was like a green cap or something.
Yeah.
It
Stop
wasn't
being
like-
such girls. My hair doesn't look right in the shooter. Are you kidding me? Put a hat on and go fight.
But anyway, as a co-op, doing the game on co-op, the co-op's absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's tactical, it's something different. I really enjoy it. Playing online, though, I'm finding it really hard to play online because I've been playing Call of Duty 4 for so long online, and I'm really enjoying it. It's so fast-paced, and, you know, I can't play Rainbow Six Vegas 2 online. I just can't play it. Whenever I do, I'm just die all the time because I find it really hard to shoot people now. Does anyone else have this problem when they go from Call of Duty to Rainbow? Because
Oh,
I have
well,
the-
yeah. Well, I had the problem when I went from Frontlines to freaking Call of Duty. I kept trying to do something. I forget what I was trying to do, and I would end up throwing grenades and flashing myself constantly.
Yes. This is the problem. This is the problem I was having last week.
yeah,
It was. I'm running up to walls and trying to look around walls in Call of Duty and think,
Trying to stick to them, yeah.
yeah, man. I was having that
I
problem.
also got from my rentals, I got Time Shift in the Post, which is probably one of the worst first-person shooters I've played on the Xbox. I've played it for
Oh,
about
you're joking. I had well good fun
I
playing
played
that.
it for about 3 hours, and I just can't get into it. I think it's absolutely crap. I'm
I
sorry.
couldn't get through the demo, and I was very disappointed because I love Sierra, and I like everything Sierra does. And, I mean, they're a quality name in video games, and this game was so unplayable to me. I was such a neat-sounding concept. When I got in there, I was like, I can't get anybody to do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. And I also got Burnout Paradise as well. I know it's an EA game. I try not to buy EA games anymore, but I only rented this, so it's not too bad. And I'm quite enjoying Burnout, to be honest. I played online with Carl a couple of days ago, and we had quite a lot of fun doing that. And the single player is pretty cool. Apart from the fact, I mean, I do get quite annoyed when I have to drive somewhere just to change my car. I wish you could just press start and change your car instead of having to drive around somewhere to do it. That's my only little gripe. It's not a big issue, but I'm fine.
I thought it was funny when. Sorry, I'll keep interrupting you after you first.
Yeah, I was just saying. I think I do really enjoy it. I think it's a really good game because I prefer my arcadey races, if you know what I mean. You know, it is very good.
I thought it was funny when I was playing you online and then you crashed. I think I crashed into you and I saw your picture and then I was like, oh, you do realise I'm seeing you as you play it.
Oh,
And you was
yeah,
like,
that's
"What?"
a really good feature. When you're playing online on Burnout, if you have the 360 webcam and you take someone out, you can see a picture of them. It takes a quick snapshot and it sends it to you and puts it up on your screen, which is pretty.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and like
That would be embarrassing.
it was absolutely. It was like because we had eight people in the room and I was spinning people out. And I was getting different pictures coming up on my screen of all these different people. I was like, what the hell's going on? And, you know, you get people swearing at the camera, or you got there was this couple who was sitting next to each other on the sofa, like, waving at me. And it's hilarious. You know, I think that's a really good feature. I think more...
Yeah, unless you're the guy who forgot the camera worked and you were in your underwear playing some Burnout or something.
Yeah. Just jumped out of the
that
shower.
was
Yeah.
We're like, oh, no.
You could imagine you imagined that on Call of Duty every time he got shot.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I don't care to see some of these people on the other end. I really don't in Call of Duty. There's some real morons that play that game, like the rednecks and just people
Oh.
just unbearable.
We have you just have some terrible trouble, especially what we do, like me and Mark do, because we play hardcore all the time, hardcore search and destroy, hardcore team deathmatch. You get so many people team killing on there, and there's a guy, and I've got his name wrote down. He is XX Spencer 136
We just embarrassed
XX.
everybody here.
Just everyone leaving bad feedback because he was team killing me all for today.
No, you know
And I
what, though?
got
That's a
so
good idea.
pissed off of it.
Yeah.
Oh, we've already gone into this. We've already set up something in our forums so people can leave gamer tags of people who have been, team killing
Yeah.
Naughty.
because it is so annoying.
Mind if I borrow that idea? That's a great idea.
Yeah,
We were going to
take
start a
it.
whole website, but that's a lot easier just do it in the forums.
Yeah, take it.
Yeah.
So moving on from what we've been playing now, Doc, I just wanted to ask you. These are some personal questions I wanted to ask you because I'm quite interested about this. I want to know because I'm a big fan of Sarcastic Gamer. You know, it's one of my favourite podcasts. I listen to it every week. Subscribe to it on iTunes and everything. I read all your articles on the website. But I'm wondering how you come up with the concept of your website and your podcast.
Well, it was a bored afternoon at work. I didn't have anything to do, and I've been a game freak forever, so I just started a blog and started writing a couple things on it. I think the very first thing I wrote about it might have been about the Church of England.
Oh, right, okay.
With Sony, remember, with Resistance?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That might be the very first article I wrote about it, and from there, I might have one of these honey moments here. Yeah, I think I will. Hold on. No, I'm good. I'm good for about 2 seconds. From there, I went, just gathered up some people. I put the site up. I did a couple parody songs, and that's really what kind of drew the cast of characters together. People came to look at those parody songs, and then it just kind of grew from there to the point where it is now, where we're getting, we don't even do parody songs very often. I'm trying to get back to that, but it's just kind of a weird thing. It's hard to tell you. I don't know how it started. It just kind of snowballed, and one day I woke up and realized we were getting 250,000 people a month coming to the site.
That's amazing. I bet your hosting costs quite a bit now as well, doesn't it?
Well, it's about $100 a month now. It started off at $15 every 3 months.
Oh, God.
We grew by 20 times, but it's not too bad. But we're about to have to go up a little bit more because when we get the dig effect, it just blows everything down.
There's another thing I wanted to ask, because yourself, Lono, and everyone else. I wanted to know if any of you are actually in the gaming industry, or if you've all got your own jobs and you just do it as a hobby.
No, I'm in radio. I work behind the scenes in audio production for 4 radio stations here in Houston. Lano is an attorney. He does like workman's comp stuff up in Chicago. Dave works here with me. He's also in radio. And then we got Rothbard, who I think maybe works for a school district or something out in Oregon. We got Volkov, who is a student up in Michigan. DDL, Captain DDL, he's in high school. He's 17 years old, and he's in Oklahoma. And so we've got these guys, and they come from every walk of life. Pac-Man Polar Bear is just a regular dude who has a job and plays video games. He lives up in Canada. And we just added our very first member of the team from the UK, Mighty Mutt, who just joined us. He's doing our comics.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I saw that comic. That's pretty funny stuff.
Well, and we're, it's just kind of one of these things. It's grows and just kind of roll around like a beautiful Katamari. As much as I hate that game, it's a great, analogy. We just roll around and gather up these people. Every once in a while we find someone who brings something new. I mean, once you start doing something, everyone comes out of the woodwork and wants to be a part of it, whatever. But, got to be polite, but at the same time, it would be more cumbersome to just keep adding everyone. You need to find someone who brings something different. Yeah. And so that's what we do. With the podcast and with the website, we look for someone who brings something totally different to the table, something that we couldn't do without them.
I just think it's great that the sort of the people that use our forums, and you must find it, some of the comments that people leave and that podcast was really good. Keep up the good work. It's really nice to hear stuff like that on there.
It's what keeps you going, isn't it? I mean, I can't help it. I'm not vain, but when we put out a show, I go to the first thing I do in the morning when I get up after the show's gone on is I go to the website and hit the forums and see what people are saying about it, and I just feed off of that, and it gets me ready to do another one. Because Lord knows I wouldn't for no reason just get up and put myself through making a podcast every week. It's a pain in the ass. It's a lot of work.
It's not just that; it's all the reading that you have to do as well, isn't it? There's a hell of a lot of research that you have to do. You got
to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, you really do. And I found myself sort of reading up about frame rates and stuff like that, just so I know what, I can agree with people or disagree with people.
You just throw it in and just try to throw frame rate into a conversation randomly.
Yeah. Well, I've got to throw Fraggle Rock into a conversation this week as well.
We've just thrown it in now.
I mean, I
love that show. That's the best show ever, Fraggle Rock. Count your tears away. Worries for another day.
But I normally do a post in our forums now. I've only just started doing it the last 2 weeks, and it's Tom's deal of the week. And my deal of the week this week is Halo 3 for £10 in Comet, which works out about $20.
Wow.
It is. It's the limited edition one, and that's in Comet it is. But you can't order it online. You have to go in store to buy it. I think that's a cracking deal. Not a big
That is a
fanboy
good
of
deal.
Halo 3, but that is a cheap game, especially for a game that's had 10 out of 10 from a hell of a lot of Xbox magazines and computer players.
Awesome. So
I'll give
so with Sarcastic Gamer, did you think of doing the website first or the podcast first, or is it like
The podcast came later. The podcast just came as a way to support the website. And I mean, as it is now, we have on the podcast, we have about 10,000 listeners each week, whereas on the website we have 250,000 visitors a month. So, our listenership is now, it's only about 4% of our listenership comes to the website. So. Or vice versa, or readership takes the podcast. A lot of people are just coming to the site, stopping in for an article, and then moving on.
Because ours is the other way round. I mean, like, for us, I thought of doing the podcast, and then I was like, right, I really need to have a website to go with the podcast, if you know what I mean. Just to have, like, to say what the podcasts are about, and then, like, have a forum on it. Because on our website, we don't really write any articles or put news on it or anything. We just have it to support the podcast. That's why I was wondering how you guys done it, sort of thing.
Yeah, it was a chicken and an egg thing. I mean, right now, I don't know. I think we spend about the same amount of time on each. The podcast takes 8 hours to do because we believe in a 30-minute show every time.
Yeah.
And it makes us, edit out anything that's just not entertaining or funny or good.
Yeah.
And we're left with 30 minutes of the best material, we can. And sometimes it's hard to find 30 minutes because we just ramble on.
I mean, like, for us, we normally... We try to keep it 30 minutes, but then sometimes we go on to, like, 45 minutes or an hour, or... An hour would be the absolute maximum. I don't think we've gone that far yet, but most people just like half an hour. But then I listen to a lot of other podcasts, and they're, like, 2 hours long.
Right, but what they don't realize, and I don't think they realize when they're doing it, is that by about the hour and 10-minute mark, there's nobody else listening anymore.
Yeah. I mean, like,
I read some research when we were putting our plan together for the podcast, and it was like at the 33-minute mark, people start to punch out. At 33 minutes, you have about 97% of your audience. At 40 minutes, you only have like 15% of your audience anymore. Their average commute is less than that. They're listening in the car where they're working out, and they don't run that long.
It's based towards people who are commuting, i.e. going in the car to work. People who are exercising, we get a lot of people, I've just been to walk the dog, or I've just been to the gym and listened to your podcast. But we do get a hell of a lot of people, and I know we do, listening to it in work while they work.
But like me personally, I always whack all my podcasts that I download onto my iPod, and if a podcast's an hour long, it takes me about half an hour to get to work. So then I'll listen to the first half on my way to work, and then the second half on the way back. Sort of thing.
Right. I was listening to Game for Windows. I listened to it for a solid week. I listened to and from work for a week, and then still didn't finish the show.
Oh my
Ridiculous.
God, that is a lot.
I mean, it's a great show. Those guys are hysterical. But I was like, my God, it just took me a week to listen to your show.
So anyway, I think we're going to swiftly move on then, talking about length of episodes. Because I don't mind this being an hour, because it's like a special one for us, because we've got you on the show, Doc, and it's
special for me too.
It's a big. To be really honest with you, it's a really, really big privilege to have you on the show.
I knew you when you didn't even have an episode 1 yet.
I know. I was emailing you, and you actually helped me out a lot with starting this podcast. I have to thank you a lot for that as well.
No sweat, dude. You know what's the great thing about podcasting and the internet? I'm sorry, I'm eating a sandwich while we're doing this because it's my lunchtime. The best thing about podcasting is we don't have to compete. Like, nobody has to compete. I don't need that 30-minute, that 7 to 7:30 block of someone's time and beat you for it and put something even more spectacular than you.
Yeah.
Because people can just put them in a queue and listen to them when they want to.
Yeah.
Listen to anyone. So and by that regard, we can promote each other back and forth. We can help each other out. We can share articles and ideas. And there's no competitive nature about it.
No, there isn't, no. I mean,
it's fantastic.
From my personal perspective, I don't know if you listen to a lot of podcasts as well, but like I download I think I have about 10 podcasts I download every week, and I listen to all of them, in no particular order, and you get a lot of ideas from them, and everyone's different. All the podcasts, some are funny, more and more informative than others, and stuff like that. But there is no competition.
Right.
It's
Do you ever listen to your own one after it's been recorded though?
I do probably about half the time. I think that when you go back and listen to your own, that's you looking back. Instead, you should be thinking about what you're going to do next.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a fire and forget. Put it out there. I reap the feedback. I take the feedback because that's what pushes me forward. But I try not to listen to. Now, Lano's totally opposite. Lano will listen to a show we did like 12 times. Not kidding. And Dave, I think, listens to each one at least once because he actually does a lot of the production nowadays on it. So.
All right. I mean, I have to listen to ours a lot because I do all the editing as well. So it's like, yeah. I'll put this
at first, I think I listened to all of them. Probably about the first 12, 15. Then I realized I was like, I'd rather go out and find something new to do than listen to something I already said.
If you love the
sound. Just like to look forward, like Meet the Robinsons.
Do you build from your I say negative as such feedback, as in like, oh, this week's wasn't very good sort of thing? Do you feedback from that and try and make it more better the next time, or do you just be like, oh, it's only just one listener? Because for me, if someone was to say that, I'd be like, right, I want to get the next one to be even better.
Well, that's true. You have to do that, but you have to look for more of a general trend, like a lot of people saying that, because the problem with anything, with radio, podcasting, anything, is that about 2% of your audience is going to be more loud. It's going to be the loudest piece of your audience.
Yeah.
And the thing is that it's the 2% that aren't happy that are the loudest. The 98% that like it, they don't necessarily jump on the forums and say, great job. They just keep listening. And so they're not going to, if they're not going, raving about how great it was, it doesn't mean it wasn't a great show because, Mike X18 on the forums thought that you talked about Halo too long.
Yeah.
You can't hyperanalyze it. You need to make a plan like long term and then go back and look at a lot of shows. You can't look at any one episode, I don't think.
Moving on, I've only got one piece of news this week, which I think is actually worth talking about. And plus I haven't had time to look on any of the websites for anything else. Come across this in another podcast I listened to. It's about Ubisoft paying Tom Clancy for his for the name for his games now. Because as before, they'd bring out like the Ghost Recons, Rainbow Six, what have you, and they'd have to pay him like royalty fees for all the games that they bring out. But now they've paid him, I think it was about $30 million. Yeah, it was $30 million to use his name on all the games, apart from Rainbow Six, which he still gets royalties from.
Huh.
Which I think is pretty cool because...
So does that mean we're going to have like Tom Clancy's Checkers later?
More than likely.
We'll have Tom Clancy's go-kart racing with RPGs on the top and things like that.
I think
it'll be quite cool.
I think Tom Clancy's done a quite good thing out of this because he's getting on now. He's in his late 60s now, and $30 million isn't to be sniffed at.
That's a lot of Playboy bunnies.
Definitely.
I've got a bit of news. Obviously, over in America, you don't play football or soccer that much, and it's not going to be a big game over in your country. But Euro 2008 is upon us soon for all you football fans, and obviously the game is coming out as well. Now they've gone away from the normal. You can switch between characters and stuff like that. You play the role of a single character in this.
What?
Yeah, it's something a bit different. You're not all the characters. You're one character.
So
you're the left wing.
Are you?
Yeah, you are one football player in there, and you call for the ball. The ball's given to you, and things like that. And I think it's we needed something like this because God, some of those
Sounds like
games
a soccer RPG.
Yeah.
yeah.
You never know. We could with this game, we could have like more than just 1v1 online. We could probably have a whole team of people against another whole
yeah,
team.
this is what they're pushing. You can have 3-on-3, 5-on-5, 7-on-7, or full 11-on-11 with substitutes sat on the bench as well.
And
really
a shitload of lag.
Yeah. Oh god. But what a concept of a game. Absolutely. What a good idea, isn't it?
I think it's a brave idea. I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah. Oh God! Could you imagine it? It's something like America if they transferred it over to Madden or something like that.
Yeah, but think about it. I mean, like one guy on the team, he could spend 20 minutes running around not getting the ball.
Yeah, well, the goalkeeper.
Yeah. And if your team's doing great, then you're just sitting there watching a game from field level all the way at the other end of the field.
Yeah.
Woo! Good times.
It does sound a bit ominous. England's going to be in it because we didn't qualify this year, did we?
No, we didn't. Obviously, being the fantastic. Oh, why am I saying we didn't? I'm Welsh.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Just a quick thing about our gamer nights. We need to get that out.
To talk about we're sorry, Doc, but we've copied you on the gamer nights. We do our gamer nights on Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Last game of night, our first game of night was on Saturday, and I think it went pretty well. Call of Duty 4 and the new maps, and I've got a picture of all the gamer tags that I took on my camera, and I put it up on the forums as well.
Oh, that's cool.
And our next game of night is next Saturday at 9 p.m. Cole's going to host it because I'm actually going out on Saturday. Hooded's busy and Tom's also busy, which is great for a second week. But Cole's going to host it. It's going to be Call of Duty 4 again because last week went really, really well.
It actually rekindled my love with Call of Duty 4 because I used to play that like religiously for a while, and then I just stopped and went on to other games. I think it's probably because of the achievements and stuff like that.
I would like, if people could start getting it, Tiger Woods 08, and we will have a bash on Tiger Woods. We'll have a Tiger Woods 08 night. We will.
At least you and 3 other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not played that yet. It's EA, so boo.
No, you know what? I have no problem with EA. Our boycott thing has nothing to do with EA as a company. It's
about
to do with
that
game. We're boycotting that game for that reason. If you boycott EA, you're boycotting games, most of them. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I don't know. I'm quite happy with Ubisoft games.
What you got to remember is, Mark.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to run.
It's in the game. Okay.
Are you off, Doc?
All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Cheers, Doc. Thanks.
Cheers. Bye.
All right. So that's Doc gone.
If you didn't realise, Doc is actually at work while he was doing that podcast.
Yeah, so Doc was at work. I was hoping I was just about to finish the podcast then anyway, because I wanted to say bye to Doc and all that. But hey, he's gone. I'm sure I'll talk to him later. I think that's about it for this week's show. It's been about 50 minutes. I'm sorry for the extended length, but
Don't be sorry for that, Mark.
It's not your
problem.
Yeah, it's been a nice extended episode for us. That's the end.
That's ta-ra from me, TBP Tom.
Ta-ra from Carl360.
Bye from me, Hoodivindo.
And goodbye from me, Mark Webb, gamertag Webby317. And don't forget to visit the website at www.360Gamercast.com. Any comments, please leave in the forums, and also email me at webby317 at 360gamercast.com. Goodbye.